point in time, if you feel stuck, it does not matter what you're stuck in, a bad relationship, a house that you don't want to be in, a job that you don't like, financial situation that is just not ideal to you. Feeling stuck can lead you to complacency, and it can lead you to not making decisions to get yourself out of that, because it is hard. Okay, it is so hard because you feel like there is no way out. There is no upside to this. I'm here to tell you that there is. My name is Morgan Rountree with Morgan Rountree Realty. I sell real estate, and I am here to help you understand your real estate options. If you are stuck in your house, whether it be you're aging and you don't want to maintain the property, or you are trying to retire and that retirement money doesn't seem to give you a life of what you want and be able to pay for the house. Maybe your family is growing, but you feel like you just financially don't know how to move forward with this. There are options out there, and it's not always to sell and buy. And I know that that's not what you want to hear, but there are instances where you need to rent sometimes. Like, there are instances where it takes stepping stones to get where you want to get to your end goal. You can't just always go from A to B. Sometimes you have to throw some stepping stones in the mix. So an example of this is we bought a house. It was a first-time home, intended to be a first-time home. It was a stepping stone. We stayed there 10 years. That stepping stone turned into a big old boulder that we were just living on. However, we sold it and we bought another house thinking this might be a stepping stone. And it wasn't. It turned out that we've pretty much decided this is our forever home. Even if we ever move again, we probably will not sell this house. We will have ourselves in a position to be able to purchase without having to sell this house, because we never want to get rid of this house. So there are stepping stones that sometimes lead to an end result that you didn't expect. Now, I'm currently working with a client who we originally were going to do a sell and purchase, but they were purchasing way away from Georgia. So that's totally possible. It's not a big deal. We do this all the time. It can happen, and it can be smooth, and it can be easy. However, when you're talking to lenders and they're talking about your finances and everything falling into place, there are certain factors to consider, and sometimes it just doesn't pan out. So sometimes you do need that intermediate option. So what we have decided for them is that they are going to rent for a little while. Fortunately, they found a month-to-month rental. So they are actually going to be renting month-to-month. So we're selling here. They're renting month-to-month for a few months while they get everything in order at the new location. And then they're going to work with a realtor there to actually put them into a house. Now, I know you hear rental and think, oh my God, Morgan, no, we're not renting. Like, that's a waste of money. But is it? Is it always a waste of money if that's what works? If that's the next logical step, and it's a very small window of time that you need to do that in the long scheme of things to be able to get where you ultimately want to go. I mean, I just recently worked with another client who that is the option. Like, the budget does not work. They can sell, but even with the funds that they make, the budget does not work to purchase. Did they want to rent? No, they didn't. But, sometimes we have to look at what the best options are, because out of all the things that this client needed, she needed low maintenance housing. She needed easy access to local doctor's offices and things like that, because she was getting up there in age. And she was like, I'm getting older. Like, I don't want to have to drive way out of my way. Like, I want the convenience of things. Okay. She wanted a smaller space because she didn't want to have to maintain a larger space. She didn't want to have to maintain a yard. She didn't want to have to maintain the big portion of, a actual home, AC, water heaters, pipes if they burst, and God, what are you going to do? You got to call somebody and spend a bunch of money. Like, those were the things she didn't want. So the option was to rent, and it wasn't ideal, but to get all of the things you want and there just be one little caveat and that just be something you have to live with, sometimes that happens. She's happy. She's not having to deal with the stress of keeping up with the house, keeping up with the yard, hiring people to do all these things, spending all this money. Now she has money to do the things she wants to do. So there was a little trade-off there. But sometimes that's the way that it works. And sometimes it's not always what we think is ideal in our head. But sometimes we try it and we're like, wasn't so bad. Maybe that's not so bad. Let's try that route. Wow, glad we did this, because we were in this rent month to month for 3 months, and then bam, we had the perfect house. This allowed us to go to our new state and do a little digging. We thought we knew what we wanted. We got here and oh my God, we didn't realize what we wanted, because we had not put our feet on the ground and done some walking around the other properties in this new area. So thank God that we rented for a little while, because what we thought we wanted was a little bit different than what we ended up getting, because our opinions changed. So just remember, no matter what, there is always options. They just may not always be what you want them to be at first, but that doesn't mean they're bad options, and it doesn't mean that it's going to put you in a place to where you can't move forward from there. My name is Morgan Rountree with Morgan Rountree Realty. I would love to help you and show you the options that you have for your specific needs, specifically for whatever your situation is, whatever stage in life you're in, so that we can ensure that you are making the steps and getting where you want to be at the end of the day. So I hope to hear from you soon. All of my information is linked, so email, phone number, website, any way you want to reach me, please feel free to. I'm here and I'm willing and happy to help.